What is going on, NFC East fans? How are you doing? Happy hump day. It is your boy Bad Dog representing the New York Giants and taking care of the around the NFC East Week 7 with the Super Friends channel. You guys want to make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. We'll be live next Wednesday for our regular roundtable. Me, LB, Louie T, and we don't know the Cowboys guest yet, but you got to tune in to find out who that is. We'll go around each of the games. None of these teams really look good in Week 7. We'll go through each one of the games, and I'll give you my perspective on each one of the games. And we'll start with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles look like absolute garbage again in a victory against the Browns, and you guys suck. I'm telling you right now, my New York Giants are going to whoop your ass. Saquon Barkley for the Giants, no Saquon Barkley. Andrew Thomas, no Andrew Thomas. Malik Neighbors, no Malik Neighbors. Daniel Jones, your quarterback. It don't matter. We're whooping that ass. And LB and I will be live Friday on this channel to talk about it. You ain't going to want to miss it. You're not going to want to miss it. But I digress. In all seriousness, I'm kind of serious about what I just said, but in all seriousness, let's go through the games. We'll start with the Philadelphia Eagles since they were the only team that won. It was an uninspiring, flat, unimpressive 20-16 victory against a terrible Cleveland Browns team. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles do complete the train that we ran in the NFC East over the Cleveland Browns because we swept the Cleveland Browns in this division. But Jalen Hurts definitely benefited from getting A.J. Brown back. A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown, no question about it. Jalen Hurts missed him. And why wouldn't you? A.J. Brown is one of the best receivers in the league. He can beat you deep. He can beat you across the field. And that slant, you can't defend it. You know it's coming. It don't matter. He's a big body wide receiver. He's big. He's strong. He's tough. He's tough to bring down after he catches the ball. He can run by you. He can run through you. He is a dynamic wide receiver. And there's no question about it. The Philadelphia Eagles offense is much different when they do have A.J. Brown. Saquon Barkley did nothing in this game. He had his worst game as a Philadelphia Eagle. Going into the game, Saquon Barkley, I believe, even with the bye week, was 3rd in the league in rushing yards, and he led the league in rushing yards per carry, right around 6 a carry. He only had 18 carries for 47 yards, so about 2.5 yards a carry. Not Saquon Barkley type numbers, but it didn't matter because when you have A.J. Brown, when you have Devontae Smith, when you have Saquon Barkley, when you have Dallas Goedert, there are definitely other ways to beat you, and that's what Philadelphia does. Listen, if a Philadelphia Eagles fans being honest with themselves, the first 5 games of the year, they have not looked good at all, but they're 3-2. Unlike the team that I represent, the Philadelphia Eagles actually find ways to win games that maybe they shouldn't. They really could be 0-5, but they're 3-2. It's a testament to the way that they're able to finish football games. You got to give them credit on that. Without a doubt, they are very good at finishing football games. But if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan and you're taking a look at this, your coach sucks. Nick Sirianni's a clown. He got into it with fans after the game or during the game, whenever that little clip was taken. He's an idiot. And I'll be honest with you, too, I don't think any Philadelphia Eagle fans would disagree with me. I have a lot of Eagle fans that come on my page, the Bad Dog page. They're there. I've never had any Eagle fan defend Nick Sirianni. Most of them say, you're right, Bad Dog. That guy's an ass. He's a clown. He's a douche. He sucks. Whatever. And it's hard to defend Nick Sirianni. He's just not a very good coach. I don't think he's a very good coach. And the Eagles, to me, look a lot the way they did last year. They won a lot of close games. They didn't look really good the first 11 games, and they were 10-1. They beat some really good teams, but they epically collapsed at the end of the season last year. And honestly, if that happens again this year, I can't see Nick Sirianni holding on to his job. You're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. You're spending all that money on Jalen Hurts. You're spending it all on A.J. Brown. He went out and he got Saquon Barkley. You know that window of opportunity only lasts so long. And you got to be thinking to yourself, we're winning, but it's not looking like a Super Bowl team. And if you're an Eagles fan, you got to be expecting a Super Bowl. You were there a couple of years ago. You want to get back there. But if you're being honest with yourself, you look at those first 5 games, yeah, sure, you're 3-2. But have you really been impressed with the way they've played? I mean, I haven't been impressed with them at all, but I'm a Giants fan, so you can take it with a grain of salt. This video tonight is being brought to you by the good people at BetUS. So if you want to bet on this week's football games, you want to take the Giants to win over the Philadelphia Eagles, and I know you do. Go to BetUS.com. Enter the promo code YouTube150. You get a 150% match deposit bonus on your first deposit and a 125% match deposit bonus on your second and third deposit, all the way up to $2,000 bonus cash. Great customer service at BetUS, 24/7, 365 days a year. You can get a hold of them if you have any problems. You get payouts within 24 hours, and you get 10% gambler's insurance against all your net losses as long as you stay active every 6 months. Terms and conditions apply. And when you gamble, people, do it responsibly. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. And if you put $200 in there and lose $200, don't put another $200 in there trying to get $200 back. Okay. Be responsible when you gamble. Have fun. Bet on the Giants, win money. Or bet against the Giants, win money. I don't know. You do what you want to do. I'm not good at betting in the NFL. College, different story, NFL. Anyway, that's a different topic. Let's go to the team that I actually thought looked the best, and that was the Commanders. I know that they lost a hard-fought battle to Baltimore, who was just on an absolute roll. They started 0-2, and now they're just steamrolling everybody. They look like the Baltimore Ravens of old. We know they're a Super Bowl contender going into every season. Washington went toe-to-toe with them. Listen, I've been on record for the last few weeks, probably since week 3, saying that the Commanders are the best team in this division, and nothing this week changed my mind about it. Sure, the Eagles won, the Commanders lost, but the Commanders, in my opinion, played a much better game than the Philadelphia Eagles. They just played a much tougher opponent. Lamar Jackson's no joke, man. Mark Andrews showed up. Baltimore Ravens are a damn good team. And you know what? Jaden Daniels didn't have his best day, but he's still hooking up with Terry McLaurin. They didn't have Brian Robinson. I think that was a big loss for them as well. But they battled with them all day long. And Washington's been competitive all year long. You know, you can look at their opponents and go, well, they beat the Browns, they beat the Giants, they haven't beat anybody. You can't help who you play. You watch Jaden Daniels play. And I know, I can only speak for me, but I'll never forget this. That pass he threw to Terry McLaurin against Cincinnati with a defender right in his face, and he threw that ball 50 yards on a dime to a spot in the back of the end zone. I'm like, there was a handful of quarterbacks in the NFL that can make that throw. He made it, and I said, oh, shit. Washington has a quarterback, and you guys do, and you should be happy. People are like, oh, you're only 6 games into the season, Commander fans. You're only 6 games, they're in first place. Let them have their moment. Give them their flowers. They deserve it, man. They played well. They played a good game against Baltimore. They just came up a bit short. I do think if Brian Robinson was there, it might have been a little bit different. Not to take anything away from McNichols or Eckler. I think that Washington has a great run game without question. But I think Brian Robinson, and I love Brian Robinson, he gives you a lot of toughness without question. Zach Ertz has been very good for you guys too. Washington is a good team. I'm not going to say they're a great team, and I'm not going to say that they're going to. I think they could win this division. I'm not going to say they're going to, but I think they definitely could win the division. I think they're the best team in the division through 6 games. But I do think with a young team, with a young quarterback, at some point they are going to hit a bit of a speed bump. Teams are going to make adjustments. They're going to get more film on Jaden Daniels, and then we'll see if Jaden Daniels can make the adjustment back. So, Washington played a good game. I know there's no moral victories in the NFL, but if you're a Commanders fan, you're 4-2, you just played really tough against one of the best teams in the league, you have to like the trajectory of your team. There may not be moral victories, but you can look at that game and go, you know what, we're right there with the best teams in the league. So shout out to those guys, even though they lost. Let's talk about my New York Giants. Do I have to? Do I have to talk about this team? I'll quote LB. Daniel Jones is buns, Bad Dog. Bad Dog, you're my guy, but Daniel Jones is ass. Daniel Jones is ass. Can somebody explain to me why the New York Giants, when they play the worst defenses in the league, can't do diddly shit? Our defense is no joke. They lead the league in sacks. They had a ton of pressures on Joe Burrow. Kayvon Thibodeau went out with wrist surgery. Azeez Ojulari comes in there, gets 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. He really should have had 3 sacks because he thought he stripped Joe Burrow of the ball by the end zone. He went looking for it, and Joe Burrow got away from him. Literally had 3 sacks. Brian Burns is coming on. Sexy Dexy is the best interior defensive lineman in the league. Bobby Okereke, Micah McFadden, know the names. This Giants front 7 is really, really good. Their offensive line has played much better. Tyrone Tracy looks like he could play. We all know what Malik Neighbors can do. It's too bad that he was out. But when it comes down to the New York Giants, it all begins and ends with Daniel Jones. And when Daniel Jones isn't playing well, we don't win. And Daniel Jones didn't play well at all. He was absolutely terrible against one of the worst pass defenses in the league. Nothing. Locked on Darius Slayton all night. He was locking on receivers. The Bengals were jumping the routes. Daniel Jones was missing wide open guys. It was another bad performance by Daniel Jones. He had time to throw too. He can't throw the ball deep. He can't throw the ball short. He can't be consistent in anything that he does. So, again, it's another frustrating game. The Giants defense completely shut down the Cincinnati Bengals the whole night. The last touchdown, I give him a pass. The game's already decided. They're getting up on the line of scrimmage. Everybody's up there. The guy got through. He scored a touchdown, a meaningless touchdown. They literally had 10 points all game, and 7 of those points came on a broken defensive play where Joe Burrow ran for a 48-yard touchdown, 3rd down and 18. I still don't know how that happened, but that was inexcusable. Other than that, the Giants defense dominated, and I felt like our offense, we're winning the line of scrimmage, Giants fans. If there's one thing that you can take away from the team through 6 games, even though we're 2-4, and we don't know how to win games yet, is the Giants, since that Minnesota game, have won the line of scrimmage every week. Eventually, this is going to turn into wins on the field overall. And again, Daniel Jones is just Daniel Jones. He can have a great game like he did against Seattle, but at the end of the day, he's Daniel Jones. We know what he is. This is 6 years. He's not a rookie. We know what he does. So it's not a disappointing thing. The only one thing I say for the Giants, it's frustrating, but, it's there. Like, you can see Joe Shane's vision coming to fruition. We just got to get a playmaker at quarterback. We need a guy like Jaden Daniels. You have a playmaker like Jaden Daniels at quarterback. What do you think the Giants' record would be right now? Wouldn't be 2-4. I guarantee you. They'd probably be 5-1, for being honest. We have a quarterback that can make plays. You'll probably be 5-1, because I think the rest of the team around Daniel Jones is pretty damn good. Now let's get to the moment that we've all been waiting for, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. Good job, guys. You looked awesome. Dak Prescott sucks. Dak is shit. Thank you for paying him $60 million a year, Jerry Jones. I hope Jerry Jones lives to be 200 years old. I hope Jerry Jones outlives me. I'm going to live to be 100. I'm halfway there almost, right? I'm almost 50. I'm halfway. I'm going to live to be 100. Jerry Jones is going to live to be 200. He's got to. We need Jerry Jones in our life. All of us NFC East fans. All NFL fans, let's be honest. It's not just the NFC East fans. Every fan in the NFL hates Dallas except for Dallas fans. Everybody hates them. There's nothing good to take away from that game for the Cowboys. Detroit absolutely went up and down that field on you. Up and down the field, ran you over, destroyed you, was over at halftime, embarrassed you, humiliated you. Dak Prescott throwing interceptions in the end zone is fantastic. I laugh. My son, who's 7 years old, we were cracking up. He was like, look at this score, Daddy. Look at this score. Oh, the Lions are killing the Cat. We like that, don't we, Daddy? I said, yes, we do. And that's when it was 40-9. After they scored another touchdown, I called him out of his bedroom. I said, come here, little bad. The guy said, look at the score now. He's like, are they going to get 100? That was are they going to get 100? I said, they're probably going to get 100. I said they might get 50. They didn't quite get 50. And if you're a Cowboy fan, you also have to sit there and think to yourself, this is done. Mike McCarthy's days are numbered. Mike McCarthy's not a good head coach. I've never thought he was a good head coach. I felt like he underachieved in Green Bay with the team that he was given for many years. They're only winning 1 Super Bowl. He's done nothing with Dallas. Dallas, every year, we know they win 10, 11, 12 games, and they get knocked out in the first round. Playoff Dak sucks. Now regular season Dak sucks. Now the Cowboys, you can talk about injuries all you, injuries this, injuries that. Man, the Giants have injuries every year. Every team deals with injuries. Next man up. Your team's not good even when you're healthy anyway. You're one of the worst defenses in the league. And again, this is a team that the Giants couldn't run against for whatever freaking reason. I know what the hell the Giants do against bad defensive teams, but everybody else runs through Dallas like a hot knife through butter. And Detroit was no different. They absolutely mollywopped, spanked, embarrassed, emasculated Dallas. They did. In a fun and exciting way. It was so much fun just watching those guys. David Montgomery, Jared Goff. It was just fun watching Amon-Ra St. Brown. All those guys just absolutely killing the Cowboys. I mean, just beating them into oblivion where you couldn't take anything positive out of that loss. And the Cowboy season looks like it's in shambles. And listen, even if the Giants suck, as long as the Cowboys suck and the Eagles suck too, misery loves company. And it always makes me smile when the Dallas Cowboys get their face beaten and the brakes beat off them. That was a great game. That was probably my favorite game of the week. Dallas losing 47-9. Anyway, thank you for watching. I got to throw in a little shit talk. That's what I do. They don't call me Bad Dog for nothing. Anybody that's known me since, like 2007 when I started, well, you know where the shit talk comes from. That's right. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your hump day, guys. I'll see you in the next one. It's Bad Diggy Dizzle. It's for the Super Friends, and I'm out. Peace.